What's going on, all you sports and gambling fans out there? Today we have some NBA betting coverage for you. And joining me here to help me out, Joe Gavazzi, another of our SBR contributors. The game we're looking at here is an in-state rivalry between the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. Joe, as always, a pleasure to have you here. How you doing today?
Thanks, Dak. Doing real well. Pleasure to be here with you, the SBR video team, and all you guys out there.
All right, man. Now, let's get to it. Now, after that demoralizing 104-100 overtime loss to the New York Knicks last Tuesday, and I would assume the formal ass chewing that they received from head coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs seem to actually be getting back on track as they've won and covered their last 3 games in a row. Now, they've had a couple of days of rest after that 114-95 win over the Atlanta Hawks this past Sunday, so they should be ready again for this game against their in-state rivals, don't you think, Joe?
Yeah, I think this is a good spot for the San Antonio Spurs. You know, they broke from the gate after the All-Star break with 4 consecutive losses. But since that time, they've gone 10-2 straight up, 9-3 against the spread. And as you note, other than that New York Knicks loss, have been playing excellent ball. Manu Ginobili's missed the last few games for them with an ankle injury, but he returns. And for one of the few times in the season, the Spurs will be at full strength. Even though the Spurs are mired in the 6th spot right now in the Western playoff queue, keep in mind they're just 2 games in the loss column behind being number 3 in the tightly contested Western Conference playoff race. There'll be plenty of motivation for the Spurs to get that home court when they take the floor tonight against the rival Mavericks.
And the Mavericks, well, they're known to have some ups and downs this season, and right now they're kind of on a down. They've dropped their last 2 games in a row, and prior to those losses, they were actually on a 3-game winning streak. But overall, in their last 10 games, they've gone a mediocre 5-5 straight up, while only going 2-8 against the spread in that same span. Now, the good news for them is that they did beat the Spurs the last time that they played back on December 20th last year. But do you think that they can pull it off again, considering both teams' current situations, Joe?
Well, we're going to look at the Dallas Mavericks as a team who remains on a downer overall. At first glance, it would appear that the role change might favor them as well as the line value. They did drop consecutive decisions in the role of favorite to Memphis on this court as well as Phoenix on the road. But despite that value with the Dallas Mavericks, I can't consider them being a play-on team right now. There's just no cohesion on the team, as the much ballyhooed trade for Rajon Rondo has pretty much backfired on Dallas. There's just no good vibes between head coach Carlisle and point guard Rondo, and it's filtered down through the whole team. They are on a 4-8 straight up an ATS slide after a good start following the break, and I think they're a play against team, even at this price.
So should we be grabbing laying the 3.5 points in this case and following the Spurs?
I think we're going to follow the momentum here in this case. Spurs have a 2-game lead on the Mavs, and although that might point initially to Mavericks being a very hot team right now to catch the Spurs, I think the opposite will play against them, as the Spurs very, very motivated to get that top 4 seed in the playoffs. Clearly, they're playing far the better ball, are at full health this year, and playing with greater cohesion than Dallas. We're going to lay the short price on the road and look for the San Antonio double-digit victory. Spurs, you're playing this one.
All right, great stuff, Joe. Thank you very much for the insights and the pick, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow.
Sounds great. Talk to you guys soon. Good luck out there.
Thank you very much. And everyone else, don't forget to check back with us tomorrow for some more sports coverage and your free picks. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.